Hello, and welcome to Thursday. Today has been an interesting day. For one, I am finally caught up on vlogs. Like, 100% caught up on vlogs. Don't believe me? I actually have them all uploading right now. The last 14 vlogs I have needed to get done are done. They are uploaded. I just need to publish them. I have one more uploading right there. So that's why they haven't been uploaded yet. So that's how my day started. I went to bed at 3 a.m. because I did not go to bed until I finished all the vlogs, because that's been a thorn in my side that I really wanted to get finished. I did not want to be stuck being a month behind on vlogs forever, and I am so proud of myself that I actually did it. As a result, though, that has made my day kind of short. My day really didn't even start till like 2 p.m. because I went to bed super late. I woke up super late. I woke up at like 11:30. By the time I finished dilating, it was like 1. It was about 1. So then I had some chores I had to do. So by the time I finished chores and I actually sat down to eat, it was 2 o'clock. So by the time I sat down to work on the computer, it was like 2:33. So it's currently 7:30. So really, I haven't worked on much. The big thing that I wanted to do today, I decided not to do. I'm not going to go too much into it today. I kind of want to dedicate an entire vlog to talking about it, which is going to be soon. Probably tomorrow's vlog. But one of the reasons why I wanted to get vlogs caught up is because I have 2 other major projects that I really wanted to work on that I just knew that I wasn't going to have the time to do if I had vlogs to do. So I decided to work on the lesser of the 2 projects. I guess not lesser, more of the project that has excited me the most and the one that I have the least amount of direction in. I checked the other project. I know I'm not getting into too much detail, but that's intentional. Probably going to talk about it tomorrow. Out of the 2 projects that I have, one of them I can continue working on like now. I actually checked just to see how much of that I left before going in for surgery, and I actually have quite a bit to work on. So I'm definitely going to be working on that probably tomorrow, just because of the time frame now. And again, I pushed myself way too hard yesterday. I need to give myself a break. But the second project I decided to work on because, again, I was able to work on it for a few hours. I'm going to stop for the night tonight now that I got some things done, and it was mostly like a refresher, so I could know kind of the new assets that I want to put into this, and what is that I'm talking about. So the big thing that I worked on today is I worked on my Vtuber model. Now for those of you who don't know, I've been using Vtuber, the full version. There's Vtuber Mini, which is probably the most well-known version, just because it's the free version, but I am actually paying for the full version. And one of the things that I have been really struggling with was trying to figure out facial expressions. I honestly really like my model a ton, to the point that I don't really want to change it. I like it too much. But I was always sad that I wasn't able to add my facial expressions that I had on my previous software onto this one. So I spent the last 4 hours trying to figure it out. And obviously I'm not going to go too much into this because, for one, this is a paid, basically this is a paid early access software, and as a result, tutorials aren't really a thing. I guess if anybody is interested in me doing like a full tutorial on how I made my model, feel free to let me know in the comments. I think that's probably going to be the only reason I'll make a tutorial, but long story short, I spent 4 hours trying to figure out how to add facial expressions. Now, the reason why I did that is because for the only tutorial I was able to find for changing expressions, there were 2 that I was able to find. One of them required the face tracking tool that Vtuber actually offers. I wasn't planning on using that. And the other tutorial was just a simple, here is a thing for blinking. Here is a thing for mouth all open, close. And here is a thing to just change those for different expressions. That's cool and all, but my model's a bit more expressive than that. My default model actually has an animation for the mouth movement as well as a blinking, and then I needed my facial expressions to be something completely different. Like I needed completely different nodes, I needed a completely different system. And on top of that, the tutorial that I found for the facial expressions used hotkeys to change the expressions. I'm not doing that. I'm using a Stream Deck, which requires completely different nodes. So I guess to kind of go into it, again, this is very complicated because I have a lot. This is kind of the way I did it. Long story short, I have this little section up here, which essentially just provides the button inputs for all of my facial expressions, which then go into my emotions states, which are right here. If you know anything about Vtuber software, you'll understand that. Then down here, I have all of my individual mouth animations. So basically, each one of these things react to my microphone, and each one provides numerical values based on, hey, if there is an animation, open this frame, close this frame. Which I did that for all of my animations, and I basically worked on this for like 2-3 hours and everything was great. But the problem is, with Vtuber, this is only half of the software. So once you create your model, you then have to put it into a scene to actually be able to have it in full screen mode, so that way you can use it for various software. So, yeah, I had a little bit of a hard time with this. Now, I don't really know if this is the proper way to do it, because again, there really aren't tutorials for this. This is kind of just how I did it. Basically, the hotkey or the button settings that I went to the WebSocket settings for the Stream Deck. Basically, I just copied these IDs from each WebSocket, pasted them onto the scene for each individual expression, and then went and refreshed all my buttons on my Stream Deck, and that worked. Again, I don't know if this is the proper way to do it, but that's how I did it. Also, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know why I'm explaining this, because again, this is an early access paywalled VTuber software, so not a lot of people are going to be using it because it's paywalled, even though I think this software is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, I hate that took 4 hours to figure out, but I figured it out. All of my facial expressions work, and which means my model is up to par with what it was before. Now, with what I'm planning on doing for one of these projects, I don't plan on completely revamping the model. This was essentially me relearning the software because it's been a couple months since I used it, so that way I can understand how the functions work, because I plan on creating a new model. Now, I know I just said that I really like my current model and I don't want to change it. That is true. I plan on using both models interchangeably. Basically, I have my main model for the majority of what I'm doing, and then I'm going to have a secondary model for a specific scene that I'm going to be creating for a series. And I just needed to refresh myself on the software so that way I knew essentially what are the capabilities of my coding functions, and that would also in turn tell me, okay, what do I need to create in terms of the art assets? And I think I've got a good idea. So I think after I dilate and shower and eat dinner, I'm probably going to relax in bed and probably do some art. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, sorry I just talked about my model all day, but yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.